Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Danganronpa 2 with me, Phantom Zwei. When we last left off, we had reached the conclusion of the fifth and final, trial. We found out the identity of the traitor, quote-unquote, again, and yeah, now I have no idea what's going on. Are we in a dream? I don't know. Anyway, we saw Chiaki after everything that happened, and now we're supposed to be meeting everybody in the restaurant? I'm guessing this is a dream, but I have no idea. You know, there was a weird sort of, excuse me, a disorientation effect that almost seemed like some kind of computer glitching out or something. I don't know. Hey, you're late! Is it true? Nagito really left another message? Kneel before Miss Sonia and thank her. She was the one who found it. I was going for a walk with Gundam's hamster, and I found it when I stopped by the factory. Oh man, the glitch effect. A coincidence, you say? Wrong! That is the will of causality guiding you. Huh? Why would Miss Sonia be going for a walk with Gundam? I never allowed that. So anyway, let's hurry up and play it. Yeah, you're right. Now Gundam was here too, huh? Is it the traitor from the Future Foundation? If so, congratulations. Looks like it ended the way I hoped it would. Ended the way he hoped it would. Nagito was trying to kill everyone except the traitor. Damn it. It's just as Monokuma said. So he really set the traitor as the killer, and he even tried to make them survive the trial? But why would he do that? Enough with your useless talk. It appears there's still more. Byakuya, and again the glitch, excuse me, the glitch effect. But if everyone but the traitor is watching this video, then unfortunately, I guess I lost. That outcome is completely opposite of the hope I believe in. Well, not that it matters for me anymore. I mean, no matter what the outcome is, it doesn't matter for a dropout like me. Now then, let's put this meaningless introduction aside and get down to business. Since I don't know who I'm talking to, I'm going to speak so both sides will understand. First of all, you might be wondering why I did what I did. Well, I just took action after talking about it for so long. The special prize in the final dead room allowed me to learn a certain truth. It would be troublesome if everyone found out, so I already disposed of that page. But anyway, I was totally surprised. I mean... Of course, glitches are the most important part. The Future Foundation's traitor must have known that truth all along. And so I was able to learn the truth about this world and resolved to take action immediately. I shouldn't have made fun of Hajime. Deep down, I always wanted to become a protagonist myself. I'm so confused. But now that I know the truth, as I look back on Monokuma's actions, I'm starting to see what he's planning. By giving us information about the island's mystery and the Future Foundation, he's raising all your hopes. But only so he can lead you into unimaginable despair. Plus, Monokuma's trying to show that despair to someone. Perhaps that someone is... seriously pissing me off, plus hell. Weird. Happy ors at the end. Jeez, what a hopeless truth. Who is Monokuma's true identity? How could they come up with a plan like that? But that's enough reflecting on the past. Let's talk about the future now. If you want to escape Monokuma's plan, there's a specific place you need to go. The key to enter that place is that message you found at Nezumi Castle. Normally, you need to follow a bunch of steps to enter that place. But since that message gets rid of those steps, You can think of it as an Easter egg or something. It was probably left by someone other than Monokuma or Monami. But that has nothing to do with me. You guys will think you're not gonna... or something. Stop it. Stop it. Don't. Stop. Yeah. I had to hide this until my plan came to an end, but I guess now is a nice time to announce it, right? So then, I'll announce the password. 11037. That's familiar. 11037. Where have I heard that password? It's been so long, you know, this whole series that I can't remember where I've heard that. That is the password that was written in Nezumi Castle. You'll have to enter that specific place. That's the only way you can escape Monokuma. I feel like I've been talking forever, but that's all for me. With this, my duty is finished. I believe my actions will become the foundation of this world's hope. And if that really happens, praise me. Tell others what I've accomplished. Erect a bronze statue of me. Respect me. Please call me the ultimate hope. Crazy to the very end. This was Nagito's final message. That 11037 number that Nagito said was the password. There's no mistaking it. That's the password to enter that ancient ruin. Better hurry, I think. Let's go before the countdown reaches 0. You're right. Let's go. Man, this is weird as hell. It's like this is all a simulation or something. With the dead glitching out and like speaking. And you know, at the beginning of the game, I do remember it was like we entered almost like a simulation in the door to enter the classroom, and then suddenly the classroom fell apart and there was an island on the outside and all that. What that all means, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's talk to everybody. Now then, let us make haste to the ancient ruin. As long as we work together, we will not lose to Monokuma or anyone else. Hiko. Looks like the others have left already. We should go too. What, are you scared now? Of course not. Let's crush Monokuma's plan. You're right. There's nothing to worry about since everyone's here. Alright, looks like it's finally my turn. I'll punch Monokuma so hard he'll go flying around the world. As long as Coach Nekomaru and me are here, we won't lose. Just leave it to us. That bastard Nagito. He was screwed up till the very end. What was that praise me crap? After all the crap he put us through, there's no way we'd ever do that. Huh. Alright, let's head down. Now's not the time to relax. I need to hurry to the ancient ruin on the second island. Huh. It's not even like the labels don't work, but that is the ancient ruin, quote-unquote. The headquarters of the future foundation on Jabberwock Island, maybe? Somehow, it is quite nerve-wracking. Is it really safe to go inside? What's gonna be in there? It's so unreliable to be freaked out like that. You're a man, aren't you? There's also that countdown. There's no time to stand around. Damn right. This is our last chance to get inside. I'm starting to feel nauseous from all the thrills, the chills, the kills. If you're gonna let it out, why not let it in the Tupperware I keep with me? Yeah. Hey, now's not the time to fuck around. It's going to be alright. You don't have to worry. I will protect my young master. Now then, Let's go forward together. The hell? Don't treat me like a kid. Believe that hope lies beyond this point. That is your leader's order. Fucking Ibuki. Damn it, why'd you have to die? What was that? I told her you can only understand piggy talk. I said, you're so cool in piggy talk. I'm going to kill you. Hajime, the password, please. Yeah, I know. 11037, right? Hey! That's what I just said, Hajime. There's no need for you to worry. The only thing beyond this point is a shining future. Now then, let's open the door to the future. Okay, I'm not entering that. It just automatically entered. Beyond this door, the future is waiting. A sparkling future. Now then, let's move forward. It definitely looks like it.
どうして裁判所なんだ? 確かに裁判所っぽいけど、でも今までのとは明らかに雰囲気が違うっつうか。
Nagito mentioned it was a familiar scenery. By the way.
Huh?
皆さんはどこに行ってしまわれたのですか?
They're all dead, Sonia. I don't know what the hallucinations were about, but...
皆さん?
What? Something's wrong. What did I do? No, that's not it. I'm not the weird one. What's really weird is... this world? Oh, the timer. What the hell's gonna happen, man? Stage clear? Chapter 5, smile at the hope of despair, in the name of despair, rather. End. Five of us remain. Danganronpa. Gamer backpack. And an achievement. Yes, I would. Chapter 0. Heading to the school trip. So this is a flashback, I assume? It would be wrong to say that it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in, it was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular, just when you thought that it was a series of small shakes. It would suddenly shake violently. And every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I couldn't stand up very well, but for me, it was comforting. I never thought that not knowing what to expect could be so fun, so I was feeling rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored with that feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent. Detecting regularities among irregularities won't be that difficult. Someone who is loved by talent? Ah, how boring. Nagito, huh? Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room, I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You looked like you were having fun, so that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships? Ah, that's right. That's it. So this is a ship. You just realized that now? Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. Instantly, I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile. But under that thin skin, I could detect a foul, offensive odor, like some kind of putrid slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? It was a smell exclusive to those who were already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagito Komaeda. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. Lucky. Ah, so that's your talent then. What a boring talent. A boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to say that so suddenly, that's because I have luck as well. Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Possess, huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hope's Peak Academy too, right? So you're one of us? Ah, but that's weird. This is the first time I've ever seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? How boring. Ah, sorry. I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversation. Not you. This world. Huh? This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They're profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. And because of these bastards, this world has come to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. How boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why we're in our present situation. Ah, perhaps. Does that have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to the world. Not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that a certain degree of selection must be performed. Looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. But what are you planning to do? Now that you've ended up like this, there's nothing you can do, right? Listen well. Using people is a talent too. Now is my turn to use that person, just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? But how? I mean, they're already... I have it with me. The contribution that person left to me. Even now, it rests in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Then, will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much. Hate? Then, explain your hand. Yeah, his hand is totally weird. Aha, this? The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? It reminds me a little bit of, well, I guess not Junko, Mukuro's hand with the fake nails and all. Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Hey, maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I've successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. Oh shit, does that mean that it really was Mukuro's hand? Because Mukuro and Junko were the Despair Sisters, basically, right? I see. So you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know? Because she's my sworn enemy. Because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power. And for that, I... Wait, huh? Do I hate her? Huh. That's strange. Huh? 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 Look out the window. We're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen to the island on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen. Huh? I already know, because I'm loved by talent. But no matter what happens, it's of no concern to me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Really? I don't really understand, but I guess we have to part ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There's no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you were boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? So Nagito and Hajime, that had to be their first meeting. And Hajime was clearly a very different person at that point, which, I mean, we figured, right? I mean, he lost his memories, and as we discussed with Mikan before, and as she said quite plainly, memories are, you know, one of the, if not the most important component of making up a person. So without your memories, you could very well be someone completely different. So, that is very interesting. He is someone who is loved by talent. He said that several times. What does that mean? I don't know. He called everything boring. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that, but he said whatever happened had nothing to do with him either way. Then how did he get involved in it? I mean, I assume he said that it had nothing to do with him because he's a reserve course student, right? Which meant that he wouldn't have been participating in... I assume it was somehow related to Usami and the Future Foundation, taking all of them there, right? But I don't know. There's too little information right now. Very interesting, though. I'm extremely intrigued. Huh? What is this? Ah, it's the same door as the beginning of the game. It's a door. There's a door. Huh? A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? Huh? Isn't this... It's Hope's Peak. A classroom? Even so, it's a very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient ruin with everyone else. So this is the present again. and I arrived in a place that looked like a trial ground. But then, why? It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. It's just like before. When we were all gathered in that classroom, just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island? A Monokuma announcement? This is just like the first game, where after the event in the main hall, they all gathered in the gymnasium, and that's when he explained the killing game and all that. Huh? Did he say what I think he just said? Yes, he definitely said it. He said, "Welcome to Hope's Peak Academy." But why would this place be Hope's Peak Academy? And not just that. What is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing over already? And I can move. This is totally Hope's Peak. The clock doesn't have any hands. A clock without hands is meaningless. Why would something like this be in a classroom? Let's go out. Oh, I mean, it's glitchy, but this is totally Hope's Peak. Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school at all. What a creepy place. At least it doesn't look like a normal school at all. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Hope's Peak Academy. Is this creepy place the Hope's Peak Academy that I've admired for so long? It's probably just a building that Monokuma made to startle us, just like the funhouse. That's right, that's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? Then I'll go, and I'll definitely clear things up. Oh man, we even got the first-person view just like the first game. Can't go into any of these places that are glitching out. It's all like it's a simulation, like I said, but why? This is where the class trials took place in the first game. That's the store, the school store. Buy all your presents to hang out with your friends. That's the main hall, I think. Nurse's office. Gym is right over here. This is where the gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. And so I braced myself and cautiously opened the door. Inside is where Makoto and Sayaka found the sword and everything else from the first trial. Chapter 6. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of that door. It's totally the gym. It was a normal gymnasium. Yo, Hajime! You heard the announcement and came here too, right? You guys did too, right? Hey, what do you make of all this? Monokuma said this place was Hope's Peak Academy or something. That cannot be possible. You're right. Any way you look at it, it's impossible. Hello! How does it feel to return to long-awaited Hope's Peak Academy? You... Hey, where are we? Why'd you lock us up? Or where'd you lock us up this time? What a shock! I just told you guys this is Hope's Peak Academy. There's no way in hell that's true. Oh, but it is. This is definitely Hope's Peak Academy. What's left of it, anyway. What's left of it? Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Hope's Peak Academy fell to ruin. You were serious about that? But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things that they deserve to be ruined for. What do you mean? Well, anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all this trouble to bring you to Hope's Peak Academy, and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic. Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Me. Thanks, Monokuma. Someone. Enough with this bullshit. Just spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard? Though I am not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin, and it means I made this Hope's Peak Academy between the door to the ruin and the inside of the ruin. What do you mean between? What do you mean made? Oh my, are your minds getting the grumblies now that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's in my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you? It's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be making life exchanges or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam. Then what is the graduation exam? Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know? On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island, or stay here. Huh? We're obviously gonna get out. There's no way we'd stay here. This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now. You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast? Meaning, you guys are just extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean? I've dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research throughout Hope's Peak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is gonna hate me. So, please rest assured and strive to do your best during your field trip. And as usual, after leaving us with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What's going on? Outside world? Main cast? Somehow, I have a bad feeling about this. Like, he kept insisting that this place is Hope's Peak Academy. But that's impossible, right? How do we make it back to Hope's Peak Academy from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible. There is no place for Hope's Peak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I don't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand have happened on this island. This building is really Hope's Peak Academy? This is the Hope's Peak Academy I've been admiring for so long. What in the world is going on? Damn it! Why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Hope's Peak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope. If that's what you're thinking, just stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have it or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must become chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you blinded by your admiration? So blinded by your admiration for Hope's Peak Academy that you couldn't even see that? You're just some nobody from the reserve course who had no talent to begin with. A nobody who forgot he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just left me alone. Why? Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime? Did something happen? Huh? Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing. I don't really get it, but is that all? As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. Is that what it means? Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation, right? If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation? Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit. Which means the Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of. So they're not World Ender? Then we were really tricked by Monokuma? However, the Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding that matter, I don't believe Monami never once denied that. Even if there are allies, they might not just be allies. Maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation. But if she were still alive, she definitely would have helped us. No. Even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do? Well, that's obvious. If we're gonna get out of here safely, we have to do that graduation exam, right? Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying. Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been? Alright, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, we might be able to learn something about Hope's Peak Academy, about ourselves. I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our old lives, I'm fine. Hey, we can go home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive, by any means. Hell yes! He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what happened to Hope's Peak Academy, none of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on our own whether or not to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we never choose to stay on this island. So what are we gonna do? Can we start already? But what are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building? Even so, I don't think that we'll find all our answers to the questions inside this damn building. Well, I'll just go on ahead for now. Hey, you're already going? What's that idiot thinking, running ahead without being cautious? She obviously isn't thinking anything. It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives. So we should be do our best as well. Like they say, it is not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal. Connie already took off on her own. Might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sonia said, there's no more killing and we don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then let's get this over with and go home. I'll go on ahead. I'll see you guys later. With those brief words, Fuyuhiko left the gymnasium. I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, please excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow and then left the gymnasium. Miss Sonia. Miss Sonia, please don't leave me! I'll be in danger if I'm left alone! Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed, and left the gymnasium. I should also hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more and it's going to end. I can escape this nightmare and return to my usual peaceful, everyday life. The only thing we can do is advance towards that hope. Even though I don't understand, and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely going to go home. Investigation phase. Huh, there's not even a single thing to look at in the gym. That's the first screen in the entire game I think that's happened with. The 5th floor. Whoa, we came out on the 5th floor from the gym. That's fucked up. Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I walked through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us again? I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. But I'm not gonna fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Sonia. This hallway, there's a strange feeling to it, no? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement. Is it just me? Yeah, we're being railroaded. We can't enter there, we can't enter here. I think that was the morgue, if I remember right. Okay, so... that's the dojo. Is that the only place we can go? I think it is. Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the inside of this building to make sense. Book. What is this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Hope's Peak Academy by Monokuma. Why is a manga with such a suspicious-looking title laying out in the open like this? Okay. Let's start with history first, class. Reading manga is the 3rd best way to learn about history. That's what then what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person. So, just as I thought, Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really just want to ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to getting out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. It's an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy's history, as narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy is a government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process, but the ones who scout them are Hope's Peak Academy's teachers, who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Hope's Peak Academy isn't just a school for talent, it's also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Hope's Peak Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent, so they decided to implement a new system. The Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes a general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schools. Nevertheless, Hope's Peak Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Hope's Peak Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Hope's Peak Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began to further research of talent. To create Hope's Peak Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. A genius who would become mankind's hope. Like, I don't know, it's almost like Hope's Peak Academy was a goddamn cult looking for a frickin' savior. That's insane. Sorry, I need a drink. Alright. The incident that triggered the tragedy. The biggest, most awful, and most tragic event in human history. That's right. It was the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Hope's Peak Academy was crippled by this incident, and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus, these phrases mentioned at the end of the manga. The tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. These names are so melodramatic. There's no way these incidents really happened, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make any sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The reserve department. That department was only built to collect money. I was one of those reserve course students, right? That's weird. Oh, you're here again. Ah, the thing that's weird is you, of course. Huh? Why did you forget that you were part of the reserve department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known even before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too. What do you want me to say? Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those reserve course students. Or you willingly sealed those memories yourself. Huh? You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memories of what happened. It happens pretty often. Not that I'd know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it. When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a reserve course student. Damn it! What the heck? Reserve department has been added to the truth bullets. Alright. Let's take a look around at a few other things as well. It's armor and a helmet. Did the map developers design this to reflect a Japanese dojo? And over there is where the arrow was located inside that locker. There are a bunch of wooden lockers here. Each of them has a traditional-looking woodblock key sticking to them. I guess they're just for show. There's nothing in particular that looks like a clue. There's a straw post. I guess that means it was used for training. I leveled up from pushing tab. The cherry tree is proudly displaying its full of blossoms. The falling petals add to the elegance of the scene. If Hiyoko and Peiko were here, it would have looked truly picturesque. For their sakes as well, I will definitely go home. Okay, and we'll probably see if we can explore one more area. Because it is getting close to the hour mark here. Alright, where should we go now? Oh, Kazuichi. This hallway, it's kind of creepy. I can't go to places I should be able to go. It's like some rule is being enforced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Yeah, this is kind of freaking me out. It's like it's a video game. Oh, hey. 5A. Oh, wait, this isn't the room that... It's like where the tragedy took place, right? Yeah, that's right, that's on a different floor. That's connected to the dorms, if I remember right. Book. This is another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one is Manga for morons. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, huh? Wasn't the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? It's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt, and it was the trigger for the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn a little more about that incident? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages to see what I could learn about the event known as the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting pictures solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in that event was a student named Yuzuru Kamakura. I don't recognize that name. Yuzuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy used all their resources to develop him. His name is Yuzuru Kamakura. I gotta try to remember that. Supposedly, Yuzuru was a genius among geniuses, and possessed various talents. Wielding superior talent for the hope of mankind, the Academy referred to Yuzuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the Academy completely concealed all evidence of Yuzuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students at the Academy were completely unaware of Yuzuru's existence. But Yuzuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of Hope's Peak Academy's Student Council, among the Academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Yuzuru. Okay, 13 students were brutally murdered by Yuzuru. He was the symbol of hope, meaning that he was considered the ultimate hope, I assume. However, the incident did not end there. The Academy tried to protect Yuzuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in secret to use that incident to their advantage. That student uncovered what the Academy did, and by making that knowledge public. It stoked the fires of the reserve course students, who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began. Okay, I'm looking over this again, just to make sure I got it. A certain student began working in secret to use that incident to the advantage. The student uncovered what the Academy did and made it public. And the reserve corps students got very angry about that fact and created an uprising. So the tragedy was started by this certain student in retaliation for the murders Yuzuru carried out upon the 13 students, who I assume were also like actual ultimates. And the reserve corps students got really mad, and I assume they rioted. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Eventually, that incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited, Danganronpa 0. Alright? With a heavy sigh, I close the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. What irony! For a genius known as the ultimate hope to cause such a gruesome incident. A talent like that is too regal for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. Damn it, he always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But ultimate hope. Nagito mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different here. What Nagito said was the true meaning of hope. But for Yuzuru, hope simply means talent, More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. I wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? No, that's not possible. There's no way. I have no reason to do something like that. Or do you? Tragedy of Hope's Peak has been added to the Truth Bullet section of the handbook. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is a far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's this other student that isn't Yuzuru? A certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? Would it be one, like the ultimate despair? Is it linked somehow to Makuro and Junko? I don't know. This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. That they do. And alrighty guys, we are about to hit the hour mark, so this is where I'm going to call an end to today's episode. Very, very intriguing. I do think we're approaching the end. We'll probably have a couple more episodes of investigation, and then I assume some sort of trial-like, quote-unquote, exam, where we probably have to put together the truth of not just the island, but I guess Hope's Peak as well. I am very interested. It has been announced, actually. I noticed on the Steam page of Danganronpa 2. The Danganronpa 3 is coming to Steam the same day on the PC as on, I believe it's the Vita. So we get to look forward to that too. Woohoo! So this is all gearing up for yet another Danganronpa game. I think that's into September. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, and that's quite a ways off. So as always, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.